The transsexual body is an unnatural body. It is the product of medical science. It is a technological construction. It is flesh torn apart and sewn together again in a shape other than which it was born. In these circumstances, I find a deep affinity between myself as a transsexual woman and the monster in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I, too, am often perceived as less than fully human due to the means of my embodiment. My exclusion from human community fuels a deep and abiding rage in me that I, like the monster, direct against the conditions in which I must struggle to exist. The attribution of monstrosity remains a palpable characteristic of most representations of transsexuality, displaying in unnerving detail the anxious, fearful underside of the current cultural fascination with transgenderism. To quote extensively from one letter to the editor of a popular San Francisco queer periodical, I consider transsexualism to be a fraud and the participants in it perverted. The transsexual claims they need to change their body in order to be their true self. Because this true self requires another physical form in which to manifest itself, it must therefore war with nature. One cannot change one's gender. What occurs is a cleverly manipulated exterior. What has been done is mutation. What exists beneath the deformed surface is the same person who was there prior to the deformity. When an estrogenated male with breasts loves a woman, that is not lesbianism. That is mutilated perversion. This individual is not a threat to the lesbian community. He is an outrage to us. He is not a lesbian. He is a mutant man, a self-made freak, a deformity, an insult. He deserves a slap in the face. After that, he deserves to have his body and mind made well again. The stigmatization fostered by this sort of pejorative labeling is not without consequence. Such words have the power to destroy transsexual lives. On January 5, 1993, a 22-year-old preoperative transsexual woman from Seattle, Felisa Vistema, wrote in her journal, "I wish I was anatomically normal so I could go swimming. But no, I'm a mutant. Frankenstein's monster." 2 months later, she committed suicide. What drove her to such despair was the exclusion she experienced in Seattle's queer community. The Lesbian Resource Center, where she served as a young volunteer, conducted a survey of its constituency to determine whether it should stop offering services to male-to-female transsexuals. Felisa did the data entry for tabulating the survey results. She didn't have to imagine how people felt about her kind. Even in death, she found no support from the community in which she claimed membership. "Why didn't Felisa commit herself for psychiatric care?" asked a columnist in the Seattle Gay News. "Why didn't Felicia demand her civil rights?" In this case, not only did the angry villagers hound their monster to the edge of town, they reproached her for being vulnerable to the torches.